criminals sometimes try to escape from justice. This is the story of how one man almost got away with it. June 9th, 1999, St. Petersburg, Florida. 34-year-old Dallas Sletfit heads across town in the middle of the night. Sletfit is a drug enforcer. Tonight, Sletfit has been sent to the home of another drug dealer, Terrence Brown. His task? Bring home a prostitute who works for Sletvit's boss. Brown, meanwhile, has no intention of handing Angela over to Sletvit.
He said, she ain't going nowhere.
What the hell are you doing? Get your stuff and let's go. Listen,
I said, listen, man, I don't want no problems. I said, I'm just sent here by somebody to get her, and that's what I'm gonna do. And then he came at me.
You don't want to do this.
As Brown lunges forward, Sletvit manages to wrestle the knife away. On impulse, Sletvit strikes back.
It was mutual combat. It was mutual combat, you know, and it was Mortal Kombat because he was going to kill me. It was like slow motion. And both times I hit him in the heart. The second time, I asked him, you know, if he wanted to die.
You want to die? No.
He said no.
As Terrence lies on the ground dying, Sletvit and Angela race across town. Sletvit is no stranger to violence, but he feels the weight of having killed for the first time.
I just killed this guy, I just killed this guy, I just killed this guy, I just killed this guy. That's all I can think about. I gotta go. Let's go. I wanted to get somewhere, I didn't know where to go.
Suddenly, it occurs to him that there's only one witness to the murder, and she is sitting right next to him.
I have to just kill her and throw her in a dumpster and somebody else gets the blame for it, you know? I mean, I'm not a killer, you know, so I just can't do that.
By morning, police have the murder scene secured. Brown is lying dead in the backyard. Detective Steve Aspinall of the St. Petersburg Police Department is assigned the case. With nowhere else to turn, Sletvit goes to the home of his friend, Stanley Fowler.
Stan was just an old junkie.
Hey, what's up, dude?
Basically, all he did was sit at the house the whole time, and it was a smokehouse and a buy house.
Sletvit worries that physical evidence will link him to the murder.
You know, that's all I need is my DNA and their DNA on the same piece of clothing. So I pretty much put it all in a barbecue and set it all on fire. From my shoes, socks, everything. Everything that I had on was done. And I pretty much went into hiding.
It's been several hours since Terrence Brown's body was found. All St. Petersburg police have to go on is a description of a vehicle seen leaving the crime scene. Detective Steve Aspinall turns to the local news media in hopes of getting a tip. June 11th, 1999. Sletvit has been hiding out at his friend's safe house for 2 days. He has no idea whether he's been identified as Terrence Brown's killer.
I had seen the St. Pete Times like a couple days later, and it was like a half a page, like a map of the city, and they had a little arrow, and it said "body found." And they were asking for information to contact the St. Pete Police Department. So I knew they had found the body, but I didn't know what else they had known.
Across town, Detective Steve Aspinall and his team are working overtime to find Terrence Brown's killer.
Lieutenant Aspinall.
That afternoon, Aspinall's phone rings with a promising lead.
I received a phone call from a person who said he was a CI, and he said he had picked up a woman and that she had mentioned murder on the south side.
Where can I find her?
Found out that the girl's name was Angela. We located her at a bus stop, interviewed her, and she gave us the name Dallas.
Angela tells him the car they used the night of the murder Detectives now know the identity and possible location of the killer. They need to get him before he gets too far away. Suddenly, Sletfoot hears sirens and sees flashing lights behind them.
I'm getting pulled over.
Just be cool.
We had been drinking and stuff earlier.
Have your license and registration?
I don't even know if they know my name. As far as I got to think is the police know everything and they're looking for me.
You have some ID?
They had asked me my name, and I think I gave them one of my aliases.
What's your name?
David Marsh. M-A-R-S-H.
Delta 165 dispatch. Warrants and history. Here's your license and registration. I'll have you drive safely.
There was nothing ever came back on us, so they let us go.
The incident shakes Sletfoot to his core. He now refuses to leave the apartment for fear of having another close call with the police. Aspinall suspects that Sletfoot may be hiding out at Fowler's house. They proceed cautiously. Police have no idea if they'll find Sletfoot inside.
Blue code 3 on channel 2.
The officer confronts Sletfoot and orders him to the ground. The officer's finger is on the trigger. He's prepared to take Sletfoot down if he goes on the attack. The officer takes Sletfoot into custody.
He had said, his attorney said, don't talk to anybody, and he refused to come back to St. Petersburg, so at that time I placed the charge of first-degree murder on him.
Sletfoot pleads guilty to first-degree manslaughter in the Terrence Brown killing and receives an 11-year prison sentence.